Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Dawn Spiritual Guidance. It's your girl Dawn, and we got a message for you. All right, so let's get into your collective message. This collective message starts with a download. All right, so for this message, it's like you guys have been overcoming different like obstacles. You've been overcoming, humps and so on and so forth. And a lot of those humps have been in regards to like your finances, your resources in general. It doesn't just have to be finances, spiritually and physically, right? And it's been taking a toll because in order for you to do what you need to do, you guys need the resources, right? You need the provision. And so God is saying, as I look down at the deck, 9 of Pentacles here, like you are reaching this pentacle here where you will be able to sustain, right? Regardless of what's going on around the world, and in other galaxies here, right? Those that try to sabotage you. So a lot of you guys, and I've said this in other readings with well, not, but also for the Holy Spirit wanting me to deliver this like more, I guess, more directly, is just for more of a confirmation, or like a hey, I hear you, here's what's going on, or whatever the case is. A lot of you guys have been overcoming like financial spiritual warfare type of attacks, in addition to other things that you have going on. And it's kind of just like, well, God, why are you allowing this? I need this. I need this in order to do that, or whatever the case is. And the Holy Spirit is saying that um a lot of you guys are chosen ones that watch me. All right. And so God was already taking you through a process, and a part of that process was a book of Job season. Now, because other people and other dark galactic beings were coming up against you at the same time God was taking you through that, it felt a whole lot more worse than what your circumstances, your situation had to be. Now, some of you guys may be saying, well, if that's the case, how come God allowed that? How come God, if that is the case, then I mean, how come God just didn't stop, right? God is almighty, right? And so God was basically saying, like, so I've said this in other messages where I have talked about the plague, the rapture part two. That is basically going to be the purification, the spiritual purification for everybody to go through when it comes to the ending times, right? Transitioning into the new earth. Well, which that has already started. It's just that people don't realize that it's an energetic virus. Aside from that, this also has to deal with a famine that is, I mean, it's been quick to be on the horizon because of how things are going. Um, you know, now this is a timeless message, so hopefully, if you're watching this years from now, hopefully we're over that hump. Um, but if not, ooh. So God not only allowed things to be how they were because of one, training. God was using a lot of that for training. A lot of the chosen ones that's here right now, that has had an incarnation, um like, you are a super duper ancient soul, because for this ending times God needed heavy super duper heavy hitters to come down here to come do what needed to be done. So you're not only just here to you're not only just here to like do what you need to do for your bloodline. You're here to help the collective as well as like God, you know. um like, this is a whole prophecy playing out. All right. So with that being said, Not only has God been using this as a training ground to train you to know what to do and how to maneuver when a lot of these events start taking place that have already started, um, you will be equipped. The other thing is that this famine, God has been equipping you to um, overcome a famine that we're going to be going through. All right. I mean, because it's already happening. Things are costing so much more than what people are making, and nothing has changed. I'm not saying that it never will, right? That's just saying that's what it's looking like, and this is a part of the reason. All right. I'm trying to see if I want. Some of these things is a part of a power and control system. It's a part of a power and control system because of fear tactics, right? The entities, dark galactic beings needing to feed and feast and so on and so forth. Also, at the same time, a lot of these dark galactic beings are at risk of being extinct and their homes being like no longer here because they don't have the resources that they need, and they have such horrible karmic debt for what they have done to humanity all this time, and hijacked experiences that were supposed to be free will based, and it's just a whole lot of shit. They don't have um they really don't have anything good right now. And so because of that, God is basically allowing like this famine to happen. And so in order for you to make it through a famine, not just poverty, this is lower than poverty, baby. All right, this is below the poverty line. Okay, how low can you go? And so it's like, with that being said, you've been learning how to navigate it. Like, I don't care if you have like $1 trillion in your bank account and you're going through a famine. You need to treat that famine as if you got like $100 in your bank account to last you 2 weeks or something, a week and a half to 2 weeks, because that's the training that you have been going through, because God has been preparing you to not only receive what he has for you, but how to maneuver, because this is generational. A lot of you guys, you have you're either in the midst of it, or you're taking back your thrones, your kingdoms, your things that belong to you, things that were taken from you previous lifetimes, and whatever the case may be, royalty bloodline or not. But also at the same time, you taking your power back means that they're not going to have any. And that's why the dark galactic beings have been putting up such a fight. That's why the entities have been putting up such a fight, because they feel like, dang, if everybody takes back their power, we're not going to have food. We're not going to have any type of resources at all, because they're not connected. They're not connected to source, right? So let's see here. Holy Spirit, let's look at the finances. Since we're talking about finances, right? And currency. What's the scoop on that? What do they need to know? What's the collective need to know? Seeing right here at this time. All right. We have the Magician here. Knight of Pentacles. So, you feel like your manifestations have been coming in pretty slow. You feel like things really haven't been moving too quickly. Now, for some of you guys, somebody could be manipulating things, which is why things have been coming in slow. But remember, slow and steady wins the race still. All right. Um, but also at the same time, I'm seeing this Three of Cups here. So you are gonna have a reason to celebrate, right? Like your manifestations are still coming to pass, but I do see here where there could be some sort of manipulation as to why things have been happening so slow, or not at all, from what it may seem like. Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Strength card upright. So still not a Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so you're manifesting. You kind of really don't know what to do. These energies that I have also been like manipulating things in the background. They're kind of like trying to hope to keep your guard down because you're strong. It's like they feel like they always have to catch you when your guard is down because you're strong. So, speaking these energies, right? We're coming from the famine perspective. And the reason why they were having trouble with their finances anyways, right? The reason why they have to take back their power anyway is because of the hidden contracts that they don't know that they consent to the promises and vows that they don't realize that they've made in previous lifetimes and or the current one. Different things in the demonic systems that people are a part of that people just don't simply know is a demonic thing or a trick into getting you into a demonic contract. Some of this stuff is simply innocent. I'm channeling, that's why I'm not, it's simply innocent, but also at the same time, it gets people into certain troubles too that they don't know. And it's one thing too if a person knows how to cleanse, but that's not everybody because everybody wasn't programmed for the same thing. And that's where we are now. All right. So what do we need to do in order to get that stability? Five of Cups in reverse. Continue to work on, because it's the Five of Cups in reverse is touching the Magician upright and it's touching the Queen of Swords in reverse. So continue to be emotionally stable, right? Your health and being able to feel at ease is like continue to manifest that. Continue to keep praying, right? With the Magician, continue to keep praying to God, with God, to God. Continue to keep manifesting what it is that God promised you, right? Because here's the thing, right? Here's what I've also been learning. Because there are energies who practice the dark arts, right? Just like that's their free will, that's what they chose to do. And if they choose to do or send some shit to you, it's not like that's not your fault that they use their free will to do that. At the same time, you have to know that these things do exist and happen, and just how to combat them when they do. Not everybody knows how to do that, right? So you can have, like, let's say you're supposed to get certain opportunities and things to happen. If somebody knows that, or if somebody is doing dark arts to close your roads, and you don't know, or whatever the case may be, you may only see a fraction of those options. Now, let's say you are aware of certain signs and symptoms you may start experiencing, and it lets you know, wait a minute, I think I might be overcoming a spiritual attack here. And you start taking the necessary measures that you need to start cleansing that energy off, then so maybe certain opportunities you may have missed unknowingly because maybe you didn't realize it was an attack until maybe later on, or whatever the case may be. Those opportunities start to show back up in other different ways, and or if you're able to catch it, those options will still show up. But just to let you know how this thing works. Okay, because this is how motherfuckers been getting over on motherfuckers for a long time, just because niggas didn't know, just because motherfuckers didn't know, period. Now we do. Page of Wands. Continue to Hmm. See, we was getting this energy on my other channel, Billy Goes Prophetic Vessel. If you would like to subscribe, go ahead. Okay, the link is in the description box. Um, where it's like there's an inner you're trying to manifest healthier conditions for yourself, right? Like you're not only trying to manifest finances, which I don't even see a pinnacle out here yet. But not only that, you're trying to manifest more stable conditions, like emotionally and mentally. Here I see with the Five of Cups in reverse, right? You're trying to manifest a new beginning. Here I see here with the Page of Wands. All right, and then what you have to do here with the Strength card in order to overcome the obstacles, in order for you to have that here. But this is, I was getting like, this is like a double message, because where on one hand, that is what you seem to be focused on here. And I do see with the Queen of Swords, it may be a little difficult to navigate and or be for certain on if you're doing things right. You might be questioning certain things. You may feel like there are people who are not respecting your boundaries, and you may feel like these dark beings haven't been respecting your boundaries, right? Because again, with this double message, with this Magician being here, this is also a meaning of someone manipulating your circumstances, because again, I don't see a pinnacle out here. And I mean, this is kind of a fine, this is somewhat a financial reading. This is like a warning and a financial reading. All right, like a warning of what's to come, and why you have also been overcoming what can be feeling like the pits of hell. But also what's leading up to that, and that God hears your cries and your suffering because of going through that. And here's what God is teaching you and why. And not that He necessarily wanted you to be in this much pain, or that He will compensate you for it. Though it is also the principle. Sometimes we just don't want to go through pain. But there is an energy that has been manipulating your circumstances against you. Like if you're trying to, or this is you to someone else, okay? Put yourself inside the story as you see fit, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Okay. It's like you trying to manifest, like let's say you're trying to manifest getting a smoothie. They're trying to manifest you not getting it. Like that's what I'm getting. That's what's coming up. We got the Five of Swords here because, and I was gonna say why are they so against? Why Ten of Cups? Because whoever this is that's been doing this manipulation to you, they want to. For those of you guys where this applies to a romanticism, they want a family with you. They want love with you. For others of you where this is like a platonic thing, they don't want you. Maybe whatever you have to do, like going on your journey, your new beginning, it doesn't include them. And so it's like they want you to be able to stay with them. So it's like anything that you're trying to do that doesn't include them, because one of the saying, you can't take everybody with you. Well, if you're advancing, right, and you're moving past this famine, but if they were a part of the reason why you went through a financial hardship, or you went through any type of horrible hardship to begin with, I don't foresee the divine allowing. It's one thing for forgiveness, and people do get into conflicts here, right? I do remember seeing the Five of Swords there. With that Five of Swords also represents some jealousy and envy there, and you don't need anybody coming with you to the top, right? Especially if God is blessing you with a nice inheritance, especially to make it through a famine. You might not last. If somebody was a reason why you a part or a fraction of the reason why, because remember, God was going to take you through a book of Job season anyway, just as a part of a spiritual school. But He also allowed the additional attacks that other dark beings and those in the physical realm made with their own free will, to teach you how to make it through a famine that is below a poverty line, that is going to be going on for some time, right? I'm hearing some years. There are people that will not, people and beings that will not make it. So, this was, although this was a class for you, it could have felt like death for you. Because there are people who have died because of poverty, not having resources. So to be beyond the poverty line, oh my gosh, right? Like, the suffering, I'm so sorry. Now, these were facing down, and then the way they came out was separate from my spread here. We have the Seven of Swords upright. We have the Sun card in reverse, and we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Devil card here. Capricorn energy. We have Capricorn here, Leo. What's the Magician? I forgot. Now, somebody's doing something sneaky. That Magician, they stole. Clarify the Seven of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. Somebody's holding on to something. With that Devil card, they're trying to bind themselves and hold on to you. This is why you haven't been seeing your fruit. This is why you've been feeling unhappy and unfulfilled here. And this is why you don't feel free to do as you please or be your authentic self. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Because they've been manipulated, because this is a part of them manipulating your circumstances. Exactly. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. Absolutely. Seven of Cups is in reverse. So they've been playing behind your back. Or you've been playing behind somebody's back, but you're on the side story as you see fit here. That's terrible. So that's like somebody having your shit. They see you struggling, or they have some information about your shit. They see you struggling, they ain't saying shit. Right? And because they feel like you don't want to deal with them, so they know they're not going to get a piece of your pie. What the hell? Because you see them clearly. You see them as the player that they are. You see them as the thief that they are, or you will be seeing them as the thief that they are. And this is why they, with that Devil card, we saw the Devil card with this Four of Pentacles. This is why they've been trying to bind themselves and hold on to you, so that you can't leave, so that you can't leave a job, you can't leave a home. If this is a family situation, like a parent or a sibling thing, or if this is a spouse situation, so you can't leave the home or whatever, or so you can't leave a relationship, so you can't move, whatever this is. Okay, this is what somebody is doing to you or you them. And this is why you have not been seeing the entire fruit of your labor, if at all, here. This is why it feels like you're constantly manifesting, but maybe only seeing a breadcrumb or a fraction, or if anything at all here. So let's get this one to wrap up the spread here. Thank you for that info. That's because you've been being stolen from. Somebody's been stealing. They've been taking from you. They stole from you, and they're holding on to something. And not only that, they're holding on to you. So for some of you guys, this can be just one person doing all of this. For some of you guys, it's multiple energies. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon card is it's upright. The Moon card and the Devil card. Pisces and Capricorn. And the Tower card. We got 3 major arcanas back to back, bitch. Scorpio energy. This is a banger. Hold on, Trap. Six of Pentacles. This is your shit. Hold on. What's this Moon card with the Devil and the Tower? Can you clarify that? Holy Spirit, God, help me get your presence. I'm close to come outside. Lord, today. God, Yahweh, is your Christ, unclothed, native, uncompromised. What's this moon card? What's this? Because this tower card is giving that something is about to be not only be exposed, but be shocking and be good for one party and bad for another. So what's hidden here? What's this devil here? What somebody did something that they're hiding here. Somebody did something evil and they're hiding it. And it's gonna be shocking when this shit come out. What is it? Thank you. We got the 9 of fucking Pentacles, bitch. The Hangman in reverse. So whatever they did to become independent is coming out. And they didn't put mind you, they became this energy. This is a double mention. They became this energy without planting any seeds. So you what you think that mean? How you get this and you ain't planting no seeds? You ain't planting no seeds of any product or put in any job applications or what you do. You don't have no herbal store. What you doing? What you doing? You don't have no like trap out. What you doing? Dang. And that's why whoever this is that did this shit behind your back is crying now, because they've done some lethal shit. And this is the only, and then the Pentacle that came out was 7 of Pentacles. You still have not been able to see the fruits of your labor for a lot of you. And so the 9 of Pentacles is almost like when this is revealed, what was done behind your back in order to keep you trapped in place, because that's basically what they did this for you to stay in place. For some of you guys, they did this to keep you in place. If they felt like they couldn't keep you in place, they sat there and tried to bind themselves to you in some way, so that it's like when you move, I move, just like that, right? Kind of backwards, because it's like whatever moves you make, I'm gonna be a part of, because I binded myself to you. So this is why it feels like it's been so hard to get up off the ground, because you have an extra motherfucker that's tied to you, that's attached to you, or whatever the case may be. However they did it, or you did it. Spiritually or physically is what I'm hearing for some of you. And or. The Hermit card in reverse. So there's some information you need to find out. And once you find this information out, you're going to be able to make a decisive decision. This energy that is doing this has like no wisdom at all. And I guess if you don't ever see you doing anything wrong, you ain't going to have shit to apply. You ain't going to have no lessons that you learned to apply as wisdom. So I guess that makes sense here, right? Because I see the owl. So this is how you guys have been using your discernment through this situation to help you get out of the cold here. I'm glad to see that, but it's also kind of sad that you had to go through that in order to get what you need here. And I was also kind of just channeling right now with that 9 of Pentacles being here, because I was like, dang, the 9 of Pentacles is like the only good card that's out here. I'm like, even the Ace of Pentacles is even in reverse. And I was getting like only one energy can be the 9 of Pentacles, and that's the energy that it was meant to be. The birthright of the actual energy that it was meant to be, not the cloaked energy, not the one who stole the essence, not the one who siphoning. No, the real energy that has the soul contract for it, not a tampered with soul contract, the actual one, not forged signatures, the actual one, the actual soul that it belongs to. I come to God's name, the code death, protocols, I debate over energy that's been stolen from me. I come to God, Yahweh, express will and call, concerning the cover my soul is. I command in God's name, is these parasites, evil monitoring spirits, messages, aliens, graves, reptilians, return back to sender, place of good, according to God, Yahweh, is the Christ will, uncloak, concerning the cover my soul is. I have to say that as a protocol because of overcoming spiritual attacks. All right. Oh, Spirit God, Yahweh, Yeshua Christ, uncle, a compromise. Extra money, mature investment, celebration. Now, it kind of, it came out like this. So I'm going to take it sideways. Some of y'all feel like, you know, you could use some extra money, which you may not be seeing it, or sometimes you see it, sometimes it's not, you don't, like it's up and down. Holy Spirit, God, Yahweh, Yeshua Christ, I'm candle, ambition, taking action, hustle, manifest money. So with that magician card here, continue to manifest, continue to pray, continue to move forward towards your goals here, right? With the energy and the gifts and talents that God gave you. And I was telling somebody this today, you know, regardless if how many views you see, regardless of you know, whatever it is, because what it may look like today and tomorrow, it may not look the same next month, a few months, next year, right? You never know when God is going to make it rain for you. So keep going. Let's get a couple more. God, Yahweh, Yeshua Christ, uncle, Uncle 7, a compromise. We have emotional spending, joint finances, being supported, counselor, guide, having a job you love. This was in reverse. And then we have rough patch, money low on cash, hospice, healer, no work, reinvention. So you guys are going through a transformation and it could be feeling like death. Didn't we talk about that? And so with that being said, that's not going to last. It's not going to last. But it could be very hard being a healer right now, feeling like you can't be in your path and purpose because you may feel like you don't have what you need. I was going to say, God, Holy Spirit, give me a spiral, out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend. So it's like I'm hearing both sides is having troubles with finances because it's like there's a push-pull thing going on. The energies that's trying to take it, it's like they're trying to take it, and the energies that it belongs to you taking your power back. And it's just like it just needs a place to just land. And God is making sure that it lands in the right, you know. Money coming in, wealth, good investment, sales, and finances getting a raise. Like, listen, bitch. So, you getting your shit. You getting your shit. Money, skills, investor, taking risk, face value. So I would say don't take any super duper risks. If you're gonna take a risk, maybe take like a calculated risk, unless you know for sure God is telling you this is what I need you to do, right? But you got some shit coming in. All right. So congratulations, guys. I know it's been feeling like hell. Keep going, keep making it through. Do what you gotta do. That's healthy and positive. If you like the way that I read and you would like your own personal reading, you can feel free to book in the description box. All right, guys. Feel free to also check out the other products, services, and social media channels that we have. All right. So thank you all for your love and support. Here to truly, truly appreciate it. And always remember, you make your own decisions. Peace out. Deuces.